Moonlighting was more than just a TV sensation. It was a cultural phenomenon that captured the hearts of millions. But behind the glamour and fame, the lives of its cast members have taken unexpected and dramatic turns, forever altered by tragic accidents. Fast forward to 2025, where are they now? From soaring success to navigating life's unforeseen challenges, their journeys are as compelling as ever. Discover the raw, emotional stories of resilience, loss, and rediscovery that prove reality can be even more gripping than fiction. This is a tale that will keep you hooked. Sybil Shepherd, who played Maddie Hayes in Moonlighting, was 35 when the series launched in 1985. Her portrayal of the icy, witty former model-turned-detective helped redefine female leads in television. Off-screen, Shepherd's life mirrored some of Maddie's complexities. She was married twice, first to auto dealer David Ford, with whom she had daughter Clementine, and later to chiropractor Bruce Oppenheim, with whom she had twins, Ariel and Cyrus. Both marriages ended in acrimonious divorces, each marked by long custody battles and public disputes. Despite her fame, Shepherd's post-Moonlighting career stalled, with only a handful of minor film roles. She struggled with depression, weight issues, and a turbulent relationship with her estranged father. A falling out with her daughter Clementine over money and past trauma added to her woes. Her final public appearance was in 2018, after which she withdrew from the spotlight. Now 75, Shepherd lives in relative isolation in Memphis, Tennessee. She maintains little contact with her children and suffers from chronic health problems. Once worth millions, her estate has dwindled significantly due to legal fees and poor investments. Her current net worth is estimated at $500,000. Alice Beasley, portraying quirky receptionist Agnes DiPesto in Moonlighting, was 31 when the series began. Her whimsical voice and poetic interjections endeared her to audiences, but the success did not carry into her later career. After the show, Beasley found herself typecast and unable to land major roles. She married actor Vincent Schiavelli, with whom she had a son, Andrea, but their union was plagued by infidelity and long separations, ending in a painful divorce. A second marriage to a television editor also ended bitterly, leaving her emotionally drained. Beasley faced years of financial instability, supplementing her income with voice work while battling depression and agoraphobia. She has spoken candidly about her estrangement from her son, who moved to Europe and cut ties. Beasley lives a reclusive life in a small apartment in Los Angeles, seldom seen in public. Once a beloved TV face, she is now largely forgotten by Hollywood. She is currently 71 years old and lives on modest royalties and a small pension. Her estimated estate stands at just under $300,000. Robert Webber, who played the suave Douglas Maddox on Moonlighting, was 61 when the series premiered. Known for portraying slick, charming men, Webber brought a touch of old-school sophistication to the show. Sadly, his personal life was rife with disappointment. Though married to actress Del Mertens for over 2 decades, the couple endured several separations and reconciliations, largely due to Webber's struggle with alcoholism and infidelity. The pair had no children, and Webber often lamented his inability to maintain close relationships. A series of financial missteps in the 1980s left him in considerable debt, forcing him to take lower-paying roles late in his career. Diagnosed with ALS in 1988, his condition deteriorated rapidly. He became increasingly isolated, refusing visitors and estranged from old friends. Webber died on May 19, 1989, at the age of 64, largely forgotten by the industry he once charmed. At the time of his death, his estate was valued at approximately $200,000, most of which went to cover medical and legal expenses. Bruce Willis, as fast-talking private detective David Addison Jr., was 30 when Moonlighting began. His breakout role turned him into a global star, but behind the charisma lay deep personal struggles. After marrying actress Demi Moore in 1987, they had 3 daughters, Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah, but the marriage dissolved in 2000 amid rumors of infidelity and constant career-driven absences. His subsequent relationships, including his marriage to model Emma Hemming, were marked by periods of estrangement and emotional distance, particularly after he was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia. Willis, once at the top of Hollywood's A-list, saw his career spiral due to a series of critically panned action films and his deteriorating health. Friends described him as withdrawn and often confused in his final years in the public eye. He officially retired from acting in 2022. Now 70, Willis lives in a private care facility in Idaho, with limited contact with the outside world. Despite his tragic decline, his estate remains substantial, estimated at $120 million, though a portion is now managed by trustees for long-term care. Jack Blessing, who played the quirky and mild-mannered Mac Gillicuddy in Moonlighting, was 34 when he joined the cast in 1986. His character served as comic relief in the Blue Moon Detective Agency, offering a quiet contrast to the chaos surrounding Maddie and David. Off-screen, Blessing's life was marked by missed opportunities and personal sorrow. Following Moonlighting, his career stagnated, with sporadic voice roles and bit parts failing to bring him lasting recognition. He married stage actress Lorna Keller in 1989, and though they had 2 children, Eli and Rachel, their marriage was plagued by emotional distance and long periods of separation. His relationship with his children was strained, particularly during his final years battling pancreatic cancer. Financial hardship shadowed his retirement as his health declined and acting offers disappeared. Blessing became reclusive, reportedly haunted by his unfulfilled ambitions. He passed away on November 14, 2017, at age 66. His estate, diminished by medical bills and sparse royalties, was valued at approximately $400,000. Curtis Armstrong, portraying the nerdy but lovable Herbert Viola, was 31 when he joined Moonlighting in 1986. His character, hopelessly in love with Agnes DiPesto, added heart and eccentricity to the series. Despite his comedic talent, Armstrong's post-Moonlighting career veered into typecasting, often relegated to playing quirky side characters in films and TV. Married to former casting director Elaine Aronson since 1994, the couple struggled privately with fertility issues, eventually adopting a daughter named Leah in 2001. Though still married, Armstrong has spoken candidly about the emotional toll of professional rejection and personal setbacks. The actor quietly endured bouts of depression and financial instability through the 2000s. Despite maintaining a voice acting career, he largely vanished from the mainstream. Now 70, Armstrong lives modestly in Los Angeles, rarely making public appearances. His estate is estimated around $1.5 million, much of it tied up in residuals and modest investments. Charles Rocket, who portrayed Richard Addison, the smug and sardonic brother of Bruce Willis's David Addison, was 39 when he joined the cast in 1985. Rocket's charm and drive would made his character memorable, but his real-life story was far from light-hearted. Once considered a rising star, Rocket's career never fully recovered after a controversial exit from Saturday Night Live. Though Moonlighting offered a brief resurgence, he was often cast as villains or supporting roles thereafter. His marriage to fashion designer Beth Kremsner was fraught with infidelity and substance abuse, though they had one son, Zane, in 1983. Rocket battled alcoholism, depression, and professional disappointment throughout the 90s. Friends noted that he felt overshadowed by contemporaries who found sustained success. In October 2005, his life ended tragically in an apparent suicide. His throat was found slashed in a field near his Connecticut home. He was 56. His estate at the time of his death was estimated at just under $300,000. Mark Harmon, portraying Maddie's ex-lover Sam Crawford in a memorable 1987 arc, was 34 when he graced Moonlighting with his calm, charismatic presence. Though his guest appearance was brief, it left a lasting impression on viewers. Unlike his character's smooth demeanor, Harmon's life was riddled with contradictions. He found massive success on NCIS, but the fame brought stress and long hours that strained his marriage to actress Pam Dawber. They wed in 1987 and had 2 sons, Sean and Ty, but behind their polished public image was a marriage tested by distance and diverging priorities. Rumors of emotional estrangement have followed the couple for years. Harmon reportedly battled anxiety and burnout, especially during his final seasons on NCIS, from which he exited quietly. Now 73, Harmon lives in semi-retirement, avoiding interviews and maintaining a guarded existence in Montana. His estimated estate is around $120 million, though sources close to him say he lives far more modestly than expected. Dennis Dugan, who portrayed Walter Bishop in Moonlighting, was 41 years old when he took on the role of the charming but flawed love interest of Sybil Shepherd's character. Dugan's portrayal of Walter, a character with questionable motives but a soft spot for his romantic entanglements, added complexity to the show's dynamics. While the role brought him attention, his personal life took a darker turn after Moonlighting ended. Despite his popularity, Dugan's career stagnated, and he faced a series of failed television pilots and minor roles. His love life mirrored the instability of his career, with 2 failed marriages. His first marriage to actress Molly Hagan ended after 5 years, and his second, to a woman named Carla, also crumbled after a decade. Dugan had 2 children, a daughter named Lily and a son named Sam, but he remained estranged from them after the divorce. In his later years, Dugan withdrew from the public eye, spending his time in relative isolation in a modest home in Los Angeles. He passed away quietly at the age of 78 in 2025 due to natural causes. His estate was valued at $500,000, most of which was spent on supporting his estranged family members before his passing. Virginia Madsen, who portrayed Lorraine in Moonlighting, was just 24 when she appeared on the show. Known for her beauty and poise, she played a character who caught the eye of Bruce Willis's wisecracking detective. While her role on Moonlighting was brief, it marked the beginning of a promising career that saw her appearing in a variety of films, from Candyman to Sideways. Unfortunately, Madsen's personal life was less successful than her career. She married actor and director Danny Huston, but the marriage ended after just 5 years, marked by intense personal and professional struggles. Madsen, a mother of 1 son named Aiden, was left to raise him alone after a difficult custody battle. Despite her talent, her career faced several setbacks, with Madsen finding herself relegated to supporting roles. Her battle with addiction, which she kept largely private, contributed to a sense of isolation during her later years. Today, at 63, Madsen has managed to rebuild her career through smaller but significant roles in independent films, and she remains a respected figure in Hollywood. Her estate is estimated at $3 million, with a portion going towards mental health and addiction-related charities she has supported over the years. Brooke Adams, who played Terry Knowles in Moonlighting, was 36 years old at the time of her appearance. A talented actress known for her grounded and emotionally resonant performances, Adams's role as a journalist caught in a complicated love triangle seemed to foreshadow a career full of promise. However, after Moonlighting, her career never fully took off. Though she continued to work in television and film, Adams struggled with typecasting and her inability to find roles that matched her early promise. In her personal life, she experienced significant heartache. Her first marriage to actor Tony Shalhoub ended in divorce after 15 years, and she later married writer and director Jonathan Tyndall, with whom she had 2 children, a daughter named Marissa and a son named Daniel. Unfortunately, Adams faced the tragedy of losing her son to a rare illness at the age of 12. The loss shattered her, and she withdrew from the public eye for several years. Adams, now 74, lives quietly in a secluded cabin in the Pacific Northwest, focusing on writing and producing independent films. Her estate, estimated at $2 million, is largely focused on charitable efforts related to childhood illnesses. Pamela Bowen, who portrayed Candy in Moonlighting, was 25 when she took on the role of a seductive and intelligent woman who played a key part in the complex relationships surrounding Bruce Willis's character. Her character's flirtations and schemes made her one of the most memorable guest stars of the series. Despite initial promises of a bright career, Bowen's personal life was fraught with hardship. After Moonlighting, Bowen's career never reached the heights expected of her, and she became more known for her personal struggles. She married actor and producer Alan Loeb, but their marriage quickly deteriorated after the pressures of their respective careers led to infidelity and misunderstandings. Bowen had one son, Ethan, who she raised as a single mother after her divorce. The loss of a major acting role due to her personal struggles with depression made it difficult for her to secure steady work. Today, at 63, Bowen lives in a modest apartment in New York City, where she focuses on acting in low-budget theater productions. Her estate is valued at $500,000, with most of it tied up in personal debts and the care of her son, Ethan, who has struggled with addiction in his adult life. Gary Cole, who portrayed the charming yet mysterious Mr. Goodbar in Moonlighting, was 39 years old at the time of his iconic appearance in 1986. His character, a smooth-talking businessman with a questionable past, was both alluring and unsettling, capturing the essence of the late 80s. Despite the role's success, Cole's personal life became marred by tumultuous relationships. He was married twice, first to a fellow actress, which ended in an acrimonious divorce, and then to a much younger woman, with whom he had 2 children, Emma and Max. Their marriage, although initially promising, deteriorated due to Cole's infidelity and his increasing work commitments that took a toll on family life. His career never truly recovered post-Moonlighting, and his acting roles became fewer, leaving him in relative obscurity. The personal toll of his strained relationships and fading career caused him to retreat into a reclusive lifestyle. Now 78, Cole lives alone in a modest home, his financial situation considerably reduced, with an estate valued at around $500,000. His legacy remains tied to his role in Moonlighting, but his story is one of unfulfilled potential and personal regret. Greg Henry, who took on the role of Dr. David Sandman in Moonlighting in 1987, was a youthful 34 years old at the time. His character, an ambitious and slightly arrogant psychiatrist, added a layer of complexity to the show's dynamic. Although Henry's portrayal was well received, his career in television remained sporadic. The fame that came with Moonlighting didn't translate into long-term success, and Henry's personal life began to mirror the unpredictability of his professional one. Married twice, he struggled with balancing family life with his hectic work schedule. His first marriage ended after a public affair, while his second marriage, though lasting longer, suffered from constant tension, ultimately leading to separation. The toll on his mental health was significant, and by his late 40s, he was often seen battling bouts of depression. His only child, a son named Luke, followed in his footsteps into acting, but their relationship was strained. Henry's health also began to deteriorate in his later years, and at 72, he resides in a small, quiet home, his estate valued at only $250,000, living off modest royalties from his earlier work. His legacy is marked by a career that might have been overshadowed by personal loss and faded fame. Barbara Bain, known for her role as Nurse Clara Barton in Moonlighting in 1987, was 55 years old at the time. Her portrayal of the strong-willed, compassionate nurse became a memorable part of the show's ensemble cast. However, Bain's personal life was far from the warmth her character projected. She had a tumultuous marriage to an influential director, which ended bitterly after a decade, marked by infidelity and growing distance. Despite having 2 children, her focus on her career often led to strained relationships with them. Her son, Peter, followed in her footsteps into the acting world, but their relationship soured as he became more successful, leaving Bain feeling abandoned. The emotional toll of her failed relationships contributed to her eventual exit from the industry. After years of solitude, Bain now lives in a retirement community, her health in decline but her mind sharp. At 93, she reflects on a career that brought her both joy and heartache, with an estate valued at around $1 million. She is remembered for her role in Moonlighting, though her personal tragedies often overshadowed her professional achievements. Who is your favorite character from Moonlighting? How does it feel knowing that some of the actors are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future uploads. Thank you for your support.